Hello, hello, hello. So, we are talking again about why marriage matters. That's a topic that just seems to be plaguing me, and because of so many different areas of the dysfunctions that play a part in our marriages. And one topic that I wanted to mention today about why marriage matters is that marriage increases the likelihood that fathers and mothers have a good relationship with their children. We know how important that is to have a good relationship with our children. Our children are that's their security when mom and dad is right there. And when we interrupt that or disrupt that, they can become feeling lost, feeling alone. And I tell you, I'm one that when I divorced, I didn't give it a whole lot of thought to it. I was in a place of wanting my own peace, wanting to be content, feeling that the children will be okay. And even though my children were okay, it still was that thought of how much better could they have been if mom and dad had been in the same household with them. You know, I was at a church conference a few days ago, and there was an opportunity for teenagers to come to the mic and express what they were, their thoughts or about God, growing in the Lord, what's happening in their life, their personal life, and all of that. And a young man went to the mic. He looked to be about 14 to 16. He put his hands on his hips and he paused. And then he let out, "My parents are divorcing." Now, that hurt. It not only hurt me, I could see the hurt within him because family is their life. It's all they know when mom and dad is right there. And then all of a sudden it's not going to be the same. For a child, it's how do they process that? For a child, it's what can they do to make it better? Or is it my fault? And even though, we may have the conversations with our children, there's something within them that still feels as if maybe they could have done something better that would have helped the relationship. And of course, we know that's not true at all. But the thing is, marriage matters because it is the design of family. When we start out feeling that God joined us together, and then we have trouble enduring, we have trouble getting through the conversations, we have trouble in attempting a conversation, but then we keep bringing up the past, and then we get absolutely nowhere but staying in a place of discontentment because of the language that comes along, the words that are chosen to be used towards one another, the continuous hurt. That's what we do, the continuous hurt. Marriage matters because God designed marriage for family, for the procreation of having children so that we can raise them, they have theirs, and so forth, so that it will continue to be a generational effect of glorifying God. But we disrupt that because we feel as if we can fix it. You know, when the Lord gave me that heading of two is one forever, a better you, a better marriage, He was letting me know that it had to be a self work. It had to be a self work, even when there's the thoughts of, there's nothing wrong with me. It can't be me. However, we have come to a place in life that divorce is becoming the norm. It will never be the norm for God's kingdom. It will never be the norm for the design of family. What we will need to learn to do is trust God for our spouse. We can't fix it. We can only work on self and our relationship with the Lord individually. We cannot mold our spouse into being what we think they should be, or how they should act, or how they should respond, or we tend to do that. Whereas we actually think sometimes that we can train another individual, and we know that God said that He has made us wonderfully and fearfully. So who are we to attempt to redo what God has already done? We do have to remember that He that has begun a good work in us will continue, to the end. But it's time to take our hands off. Take our hands off and allow God to rule and reign in our marriage. Take our hands off so that we can find ourselves in a place of peace and contentment. Now, you may think because you're in a marriage and everything is up in an uproar that will never happen. Let me tell you, even the second time around, we talked about divorce again. But I had to take the position, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not signing anything, because I heard from the Lord. And that meant to me that it's time for you, Beverly, to get over yourself, to realize that you have no power over this. Yes, we have power over the enemy, the power of the enemy, but God has given us the ability to stand strong, to be bold, and that's in Him. So marriage matters because He designed it. It's the saying of the quote from the late Dr. Miles Monroe, that marriage is perfect because a perfect God designed it. It is the two people in it that are not perfect. We will never be perfect. God didn't design us to be perfect, but He did give us an avenue, if you will, to continue as family for what He has designed to be lived out. We can endure if we choose to put ourselves on the back burner and allow God to lead, to go forward. We find ourselves on that hamster wheel, just going round and round and round and round, because we're constantly trying to fix it. I tell you, I learned the hard way. We can't fix it. We didn't design it. But when we think about our children, giving them the best, excuse me, giving them the best of who we are, that is to show them that we trust God for our spouse. We trust God for our family so that we can keep going, live out what He has designed, and forever give Him the glory. So I'll be back again. Why marriage matters. So if you like the conversation, send me a message, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And I want to give you a question for you to think about. To determine if you are a good partner, do you thank your spouse when they do something nice for you? Or do you simply take it for granted? We all want to be appreciated. So until next time, consider family the way God designed it.